I held the ring between my fingers, sweating, while Emily watched me from the couch. "Why are you shaking?" she asked, smiling. "Because this matters," I said. "Because you matter." I dropped to one knee, my heart pounding so loud I thought she could hear it. "Emily, I don't have much yet, but I promise I'll give you everything I have. Will you marry me?" She stared at the ring. It was small, cheap. I knew it. "Say something," I whispered. She laughed softly. "You're serious?" "I've never been more serious," I said. She nodded. Yes, I will." Relief crushed me. I slid the ring onto her finger and hugged her like I might lose her if I let go. At dinner that night, her parents sat across from me. "So," Linda said, folding her napkin, "what exactly is your plan for the future?" "I work full-time," I said. "I'm saving. I'm trying." Her father stayed quiet. Her mother smiled without warmth. "Trying isn't always enough." Emily squeezed my hand under the table. "Mom, please." "I just want what's best for you," Linda replied. I smiled through it. I always did. Weeks passed. Emily stayed late at work. "Big project," she said. "You're tired," I said. "It's temporary," she replied. I wanted to believe her. One night, Mark called me. "You okay, man?" "Why wouldn't I be?" I asked. "You sound off." "I'm fine," I said, too quickly. Emily stopped laughing the way she used to. She checked her phone more. "Who keeps texting you?" I asked once. "Just a coworker," she said. "His name?" "Does it matter?" That answer sat heavy in my chest. At another family dinner, Linda looked at my ringless hand. "Still saving for a real ring?" she asked. Emily went silent. "I'll upgrade it," I said. "When?" Linda asked. "Soon." She sighed. "Love doesn't pay bills." That night, Emily stepped into the bedroom to take a call. I stood in the hall, not trying to listen. "I can't talk long," she whispered. There was a pause. "Yes, he's here." Another pause. "No, he doesn't know." My stomach turned. She laughed softly. "Ryan, stop." My heart dropped. When she came out, I forced a smile. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Yeah," she said. "Just work." I nodded. Alone, I told myself I was paranoid. I told myself love meant trust. That lie stayed with me. I watched her walk past me, eyes avoiding mine. "You don't have to hide," I said. "I'm not hiding," she replied. "Then talk to me." "You're tired. Let's sleep." I lay awake, staring at the ceiling. My phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number read, "She deserves better." I didn't reply. The next morning, Emily kissed my cheek and rushed out. "Love you," she said. "Love you," I answered, holding on to the words. At work, I replayed her voice in my head. "Ryan," she had said. I laughed at myself. Lots of people were named Ryan. That night, I practiced my vows alone. "I choose you," I whispered. The ring felt heavier in my pocket. At dinner, Linda glanced at it. "Still holding on to hope?" she asked. "I believe in love," I said. She smiled, sharp. "Belief is expensive." Emily looked down. Later, I heard her voice again, hushed. "I told you not tonight." My chest tightened. I stepped closer. "Yes, Ryan." The hallway felt too small. I backed away, silent. In my room, I stared at the ring. I chose trust over fear. I chose her. That choice would cost me everything. I didn't know it yet. I smiled the next morning. I planned our future. I ignored the cracks. I believed love was enough.
I was wrong. The ring stayed on her finger, but my heart already knew. That was the beginning of my longest mistake. I kept telling myself everything.
I said, "You've been quiet all night," and my voice sounded smaller than I wanted. Emily didn't look up. She stared at the table like it was safer than my face. "We need to talk," she said. I laughed once. "That's never a good sign." She sighed. "Please don't joke right now." My hands tightened. "Okay, talk." She finally looked at me. Her eyes were calm, almost gentle, and that scared me more than anger. "I can't do this anymore," she said. I shook my head. "Do what? Be with me?" She swallowed. "Plan a future that scares me." I leaned forward. "We planned it together. You said you wanted this." "I thought I did." The silence stretched. I said, "Is this about money again?" She didn't answer right away. "Emily?" She nodded. "Partly." I laughed again, but it broke halfway. "I told you I'd get there. I'm trying." "I know you're trying," she said softly, "but trying isn't enough anymore." My chest burned. "So what changed?" She looked away. "I met someone." The words hit hard. "Met someone how?" She whispered, "Ryan Blake." I felt dizzy. "Your coworker?" "Yes." "The one with the fancy car?" She flinched. "Please don't do that." "Do what?" I asked. "Point out the truth?" She crossed her arms. "He's stable. He knows what he wants." "And I don't?" "He can give me a life without constant worry." I stood up. "So, this is about comfort." "It's about security," she said. I laughed again, louder this time. "So love doesn't matter?" Her voice stayed calm. "Love doesn't pay bills." I felt my face heat up. "I gave you everything I had." "I know," she said. "That ring," I said, pointing at her hand, "meant something to me." She slowly pulled it off and placed it on the table. The sound it made felt louder than her voice. "I'm sorry," she said. I whispered, "Don't." She blinked. "Don't what?" "Don't say sorry, like this is small." She stood up. "I never meant to hurt you." I laughed again, bitter now. "But you did." I stepped closer. "We can fix this." She shook her head. "I've already decided." I hated how steady she sounded. "Is he better than me?" I asked. She didn't answer. That was enough. I said, "So you're choosing him?" "Yes," she said quietly. I felt my throat tighten. "After everything?" She grabbed her bag. "I can't stay." "Look at me," I begged. She hesitated, then did. Her eyes were dry. Mine weren't. "I loved you," I said. "I did too," she replied. "Did?" She turned toward the door. "Emily," I said. She paused. "I hope he's worth it." She didn't respond. She opened the door and left. The apartment felt empty right away. I sat down slowly and stared at the ring on the table. I picked it up and closed my fist around it. "This can't be real," I whispered. But it was. And as I sat there alone, holding the ring we once believed in, I knew my life had officially collapsed. I said, "You've been quiet all night," and my voice sounded smaller than I wanted. Emily didn't look up. She stared at the table like it was safer than my face. "We need to talk," she said. I laughed once. "That's never a good sign." She sighed. "Please don't joke right now." My hands tightened. "Okay, talk." She finally looked at me. Her eyes were calm, almost gentle, and that scared me more than anger. "I can't do this anymore," she said. I shook my head. Do what? Be with me? She swallowed. Plan a future that scares me. I leaned forward. We planned it together. You said you wanted this. I thought I did. The silence stretched. I said, is this about money again? She didn't answer right away. Emily? She nodded. Partly. I laughed again, but it broke halfway. I told you I'd get there. I'm trying. I know you're trying, she said softly, but trying isn't enough anymore. My chest burned. So what changed? She looked away. I met someone. The words hit hard. Met someone how? She whispered, Ryan Blake. I felt dizzy. Your coworker? Yes. The one with the fancy car? She flinched. Please don't do that. Do what? I asked. Point out the truth? She crossed her arms. He's stable. He knows what he wants. And I don't? He can give me a life without constant worry. I stood up. So this is about comfort. It's about security, she said. I laughed again, louder this time. So love doesn't matter? Her voice stayed calm. Love doesn't pay bills. I felt my face heat up. I gave you everything I had. I know, she said. That ring, I said, pointing at her hand, meant something to me. She slowly pulled it off and placed it on the table. The sound it made felt louder than her voice. I'm sorry, she said. I whispered, don't. She blinked. Don't what? Don't say sorry, like this is small. She stood up. I never meant to hurt you. I laughed again, bitter now, but you did. I stepped closer. We can fix this. She shook her head. I've already decided. I hated how steady she sounded. Is he better than me? I asked. She didn't answer. That was enough. I said, so you're choosing him? Yes, she said quietly. I felt my throat tighten. After everything? She grabbed her bag. I can't stay. Look at me, I begged. She hesitated, then did. Her eyes were dry. Mine weren't. I loved you, I said. I did too, she replied. Did? She turned toward the door. Emily, I said. She paused. I hope he's worth it. She didn't respond. She opened the door and left. The apartment felt empty right away. I sat down slowly and stared at the ring on the table. I picked it up and closed my fist around it. This can't be real, I whispered. But it was. And as I sat there alone, holding the ring we once believed in, I knew my life had officially collapsed. The morning after Emily left, my phone rang. Come in today, Mr. Harris said. Is something wrong? I asked. There's been a decision, he replied. I sat across from his desk an hour later. We're downsizing, he said, not meeting my eyes. I've worked here 5 years, I said. And we appreciate that, he replied flatly. So I'm fired? I asked. You're being let go, he corrected. What about my performance? He shrugged. This isn't personal. I walked out holding a box with my mug and notebook. No one stopped me. No one cared. Outside, I called Emily, straight to voicemail. I texted her. No reply. I checked again. Blocked. That night, I stared at the ceiling. My phone buzzed. You okay? Mark asked. I lost my job, I said. Damn, he replied. I'm coming over. Mark sat across from me on the floor. You're not broken, he said. It feels like I am, I replied. She didn't deserve you. Neither did this company, I said. He sighed. You'll bounce back. I don't know how, I admitted. Days blurred together, bills piled up. I ignored calls. I stopped shaving. I barely ate. At night, my mind replayed Emily's voice. Ryan understands me, she had said. I whispered back to the empty room. I tried. I sent out resumes. No responses. I checked my bank account and laughed. This is pathetic, I muttered. My phone buzzed again. A message from Linda. You were never good enough for my daughter. I stared at the screen. My hands shook. I loved her, I typed. Then I deleted it. Mark called again. Come stay with me, he said. I don't want charity, I replied. It's not charity, he said. It's friendship. I lay awake counting cracks in the ceiling. What did I do wrong? I asked myself. I blamed my job, my ring, my dreams. Mostly, I blamed me. One night, I stood in front of the mirror. Who are you? I asked my reflection. The man staring back looked tired and small. No one, I answered myself. I checked Emily's social media. Gone. I searched Ryan's name, articles, photos, success. I closed the browser. Mark showed up again. You need food, he said. I need answers, I replied. Some questions don't have them, he said quietly. I opened my fridge. Empty. Rock bottom, I whispered. That night, I sat on the floor holding the ring. I gave everything, I said aloud. The silence didn't argue. I waited for a call, a sign, a miracle. Nothing came. I finally understood the truth. No one was coming to save me. I packed my bags while Mark watched. Where are you going? He asked. Somewhere I can't see her, I said. You mean leaving the city? Yes, I said. I can't stay here. Mark nodded slowly. I know a guy, Daniel Reed. Quiet, reliable. He can get you work. Work? I asked. Anything to get you started. Clean slate. I didn't argue. Anything sounded better than this life. When I met Daniel, he didn't smile. You're here to work? He asked. Yes, I said. Good, he replied simply. I noticed the way he moved. Calm, precise. Everything I wasn't. Then Sophia appeared. Daniel said you might need help, she said softly. I appreciate that, I mumbled. She nodded and didn't press. Her quiet presence was different, safe somehow. My first day was awkward. Clean this, Daniel said. Yes, sir, I replied. I dropped a box. Careful, he said. No lecture, just that. I realized small things mattered. Attention, patience. At lunch, Sophia brought sandwiches. You should eat, she said. I don't have much appetite, I admitted. You will, she said. Her tone wasn't demanding, just steady. Days turned into weeks. I worked, cleaned, ran errands. Mark called sometimes. Feeling better? He asked. Step by step, he said. I think I am, I said. Yes, I whispered. At night, I sat alone and thought less about Emily. Did I make the right choice? I asked Sophia one evening. Time will tell, she said. That's not much of an answer, I said. She smiled faintly. Sometimes that's enough. Daniel didn't talk much, but I noticed his methods. Discipline, he said once. Consistency wins. I
tried to mirror it. Wake up early, eat, work, sleep, repeat. Each day, the anger and pain receded a little. Sophia asked me about my past once. I don't want to relive it, I said. Then don't, she replied. Just live now. Her words sank in, simple, small, but heavy. One morning, I didn't wake up thinking about Emily, not immediately, not constantly. Mark called. You sound different, he said.
I don't know, I admitted. I feel lighter. That's good,
he said.
I smiled to myself.
Daniel nodded silently as I left work that day. Packing had been hard, leaving everything behind, but maybe I needed it. Sophia smiled softly. See you tomorrow, she said. I realized I hadn't thought about Emily all morning, not in anger, not in sadness. For the first time, I felt like I could breathe. The city, the heartbreak, the failures, they were behind me. I was starting over. I was finally choosing me. And for the first time in months, that felt like enough.
Months passed, and I could feel myself changing. You've improved a lot, Daniel said one morning. Thanks, I replied. I've had time. Time alone doesn't do it, he said. Discipline does. Consistency. I nodded, understanding finally. I started investing small amounts, he suggested. Slow and steady, he reminded me. I'm learning, I said. You're sharp. Pain sharpened you, he said quietly. I laughed. Or it crushed me first. Good, he said. Now use it. Sophia brought me lunch one afternoon. You've been working hard, she said. I'm trying, I admitted. You're doing more than trying, she said softly. Her words didn't make me feel weak. They made me steady. Mark called one night. You heard about Ryan? Not really, I said. Guy's making bad decisions, spending big, borrowing worse. I shrugged. Good for him. You're okay hearing that? I'm fine, I said. Really? I started sleeping better. My mornings weren't heavy with memories of Emily. I'm noticing a difference, Daniel said. Really? I asked. Yes, you hold yourself differently. I didn't know what he meant until I caught my reflection one morning. Stronger posture, clearer eyes, not broken. Sophia knocked on my door one evening. You've changed, she said. I guess so, I replied. Not for revenge. No, I said. I changed for me. She smiled, quietly proud. I checked my savings. I could live comfortably now. I didn't need anyone to rescue me. Mark, I said one night over the phone, I don't feel like I'm drowning anymore. Finally, he said, you deserve this. I kept improving. I learned patience, strategy, even small business moves. Daniel noticed. You're ready for more. What more? I asked. Life beyond this city, he said. Then the call came. A company in the city I left months ago offered me a position, good pay, leadership role. Why me? I asked over the phone. You're sharp, experienced, and resilient. We need someone like you, they said. I hung up, staring at the ceiling. The city I fled, the streets I left behind, they were calling me back. Not because of Emily, not because of Ryan. Because I had changed. Sophia entered the room. You're going back? She asked softly. Yes, I said. I have to. She nodded, eyes steady. You're ready, she said. I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Calm, focused, ready. For the first time, I knew the city wouldn't break me. I had grown into someone Emily wouldn't recognize. And that was enough. I stepped into the café, The same one Emily used to love, and felt nothing. Calm. Confident. No traces of the boy she left behind. I ordered coffee and glanced around, scanning the room. That's when I saw her. Emily, sitting alone, scrolling on her phone. She didn't look up at first. I hesitated, then walked closer. Her eyes lifted slowly, and then she froze. Emily? I said softly, testing her reaction. Her hand trembled over her coffee cup. You look well, I said, keeping my tone neutral. She swallowed. You too. I didn't recognize you. I let her struggle. It's been a while, I said, glancing at her. She laughed nervously. Yeah, it has. I pulled out my chair across from her, but didn't sit, just watched. She fidgeted with her sleeve. Are you here on business? She asked finally. Yes, I said simply, meeting some clients. Her eyes flicked to the door. Right, of course. I noticed how she avoided looking directly at me, the confidence I'd lost for months, the vulnerability she once mocked. She was seeing it in me now, quiet, steady, unbothered. I didn't expect to see you here, she admitted, voice barely above a whisper. Neither did I replied, letting the words hang between us. There was a pause. She tried to force a smile. I wanted to say... Emily, I interrupted gently. I'm here for my work. I don't have time to dwell on the past. Her face fell. I just... You don't have to explain, I said. We're different people now. She opened her mouth again, but I shook my head slightly. I should go, I said. Wait, she started. I smiled faintly. Take care, Emily. And I walked out. Outside, I inhaled the city air and felt it for the first time, free, untethered, untouchable by her memory. Through the glass, I caught her watching me leave. Her hands shook, her coffee untouched, her face pale. I didn't look back. The city felt familiar, yet I knew it would never hold me the same way again. I had changed. The boy she abandoned was gone. I had become someone she wouldn't recognize. And for the first time, I realized I didn't need her recognition. The street stretched ahead, full of opportunity, power, and control. She was frozen behind me, trapped in a moment she couldn't reverse. I walked faster. A smile tugged at my lips. I was free. Finally free. My phone buzzed late at night. Mark. Hey, he said. Mark, it's late, I replied. Listen, Ryan's in trouble. Big trouble. What kind of trouble? Jake exposed some fraud in his business. Investors are pulling out fast. I stayed silent. And Emily? Not perfect anymore. She's struggling. I nodded, even though he couldn't see me. Later that night, my phone buzzed again. A message from Emily. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was wrong. I stared at the screen. My fingers hovered. Leave it, I whispered to myself. I wanted to respond. I wanted to ask why, how, everything. But I didn't. Sophia noticed my tension the next day. You're thinking about replying, aren't you? She asked softly. I need to know why, I admitted. You'll never get what you want, she said calmly. Closure doesn't always come in words. I frowned. Then how do you get it? By living, she said. By seeing the world move and knowing you didn't break. Mark called again. She's worried about Ryan, he said. Good, I replied quietly. She's messaging you again, he added. I'm not replying, I said firmly. I sat on my couch, phone in hand, staring at the ceiling. Why do I still care? I asked aloud. Because you're human, Sophia said behind me. Because you felt deeply.
doesn't mean I have to act, I said. I thought about revenge, the power I could wield, the words I could say. But something inside me said no. Life itself was dealing the cards. Ryan's reckless moves, Emily's choices. They were consequences I didn't need to force. Another message came. Please, I regret everything. I read it, felt the pull to reply. And then I put the phone down. Mark sighed over the call. You're strong, man. I'm learning, I said. That night, Sophia handed me a cup of tea. Peace is quieter than revenge, she said. I nodded, taking a deep sip. I imagined Ryan's empire crumbling, investors pulling out. He'd scramble to survive, Emily's life adjusting to instability. And I felt nothing but calm. No gloating, no satisfaction, just quiet acknowledgement. For months, I'd chased answers, closure, anger.
Now I realized I didn't need any of that. Life had its own way of balancing scales. I leaned back, letting the silence fill the room. Karma didn't need me. And for the first time, I didn't need revenge either. I smiled faintly. The world was moving, just like Sophia said. And I was moving with it. Finally, I felt free. I saw her standing outside the office building, hesitant, hands twisting nervously. Emily, I said, my voice calm. I need to talk to you, she said, tears already forming. Go ahead, I replied, folding my arms. She swallowed. I made a mistake. Comfort over love, I said quietly, finishing her sentence. Her eyes widened. How did you... I know, I said. I've known for a long time. She shook her head. I didn't see it then. I thought I wanted security. I thought Ryan would protect me, but he didn't. He left when things got hard, and I lost everything. I stayed silent, watching her. Her face was pale, her lips trembling. I thought I could be happy with him, she continued, sobbing. I thought I was making the right choice. I was wrong. I ruined us. I ruined you. I felt a small pang of sadness. Not love, not longing, but a quiet ache. The boy who loved her had survived. He wasn't broken anymore. I forgive you, I said. Her head snapped up. What? I said I forgive you, I repeated, steady. A long time ago, for my own peace. Tears streamed down her cheeks. You forgive me? After everything? Yes, I said softly. Forgiveness isn't about you. It's about me letting go. She shook, her body trembling. I can't. I thought you'd be angry. I thought you'd hate me. I don't deserve. You don't deserve my hate either, I said. It doesn't belong to you. It belonged to the old me. That man doesn't exist anymore. She let out a broken laugh, almost in disbelief. I thought I could handle this. I thought I could fix it, but I can't. I noticed how small she looked, how powerless. The roles had reversed. She was the one exposed, raw, defeated. I'm sorry, she whispered. I ruined everything. I know, I said, voice calm, and that's enough. Her lips quivered. I wanted you to hate me. I wanted something. You already have my forgiveness, I said, stepping back. That's all you get. Her knees almost gave out. I thought she might fall, but she held herself together. I don't know if I can forgive myself, she said. That's not my responsibility, I replied. She looked at me, searching for answers in my eyes, and found none. Only calm, only distance, only the man she couldn't hurt anymore. I don't know what to do, she said softly. Then start living, I said. She opened her mouth again, but I shook my head slightly. I have to go, I said. Wait, please. I said goodbye, Emily, I said. And I walked away.
Her sobs echoed behind me, fading as I moved forward. For the first time in years, I felt unburdened, free. The chapter with her was closed. No anger, no revenge, just quiet, resolute peace. I didn't look back. Not once. And that was enough.